Taylor Frankie Paul has finally reappeared online, and the timing could not feel more loaded. After days of headlines, speculation, legal fallout, and the abrupt cancellation of her planned season of The Bachelorette, she returned to Instagram in a way that was surprisingly quiet. No direct statement, no long caption, no attempt to explain everything all at once. Just a short video of herself sitting at a piano, turned away from the camera, wearing a hoodie, playing something she had apparently just learned. On the surface, it looked simple, but with everything happening around her, it instantly became one of the most talked about celebrity reality TV moments of the week. That is what makes this update so fascinating. It was not dramatic in presentation, but it landed in the middle of an extremely public collapse of what could have been a major new chapter in her career. Taylor, who has become one of the most recognizable faces tied to the secret lives of Mormon wives, had been set to front the next season of The Bachelorette before the network changed course. Then came the release of previously unseen footage tied to a 2023 domestic violence incident involving her and Dakota Mortensen. From there, the entire situation shifted fast. ABC pulled the season. Custody and legal matters escalated. Production on her existing reality series was paused. And then, after more than a week of silence, she posted that piano clip. The post itself was light, almost playful. She wrote over the video that she had just been playing around and found that she kind of liked it. In the caption, she joked that she had learned it that day for no reason and that maybe she had a real future in piano. If you looked at that post without context, it would seem like nothing more than an ordinary lifestyle update. But there was no separating it from what had happened in the days before. That is why people paid so much attention to it. It was her first visible public step back into the conversation after one of the most turbulent stretches of her public life. What makes the whole situation even more intense is how quickly the fall happened. Taylor was not just part of the reality TV world. She had been positioned for a major network dating franchise, one that could push her profile even further into the mainstream. That opportunity disappeared the moment ABC decided it could no longer move forward. The network's decision came after footage published by TMZ brought renewed focus to a domestic violence incident from 2023 involving Taylor and her ex, Dakota Mortensen. According to the reporting tied to that footage, the incident involved Taylor allegedly throwing bar stools in Dakota's direction while one of her children was present. Once that video became public, the network acted. The statement from Disney Entertainment Television was brief but clear. The company said that in light of the newly surfaced video, it had made the decision not to move forward with a new season of The Bachelorette at that time, and that its focus was on supporting the family. That wording matters. It did not leave much room for ambiguity about the effect the footage had on the show's future. Whatever plans had been in place were over, and suddenly the discussion was no longer about Taylor as a reality dating lead. It was about legal troubles, family safety, and the widening fallout from an already complicated relationship history. Taylor's side responded publicly as well, but with a very different emphasis. Through a spokesperson, she expressed gratitude for ABC's support while prioritizing her family's safety and security. The statement also said that after years of silently suffering extensive mental and physical abuse, as well as threats of retaliation, Taylor was finally finding the strength to confront her accuser and take steps to protect herself and her children from further harm. That response added another layer to an already messy and highly emotional situation. It shifted the focus from a single viral video to a larger claim of abuse and fear behind the scenes. That is one of the main reasons this story continues to draw so much attention. It is not a clean celebrity scandal with an easy narrative. It is a deeply tangled domestic conflict playing out in public, with allegations moving in multiple directions, children involved, law enforcement attention, legal filings, and two people whose lives remain tied together through a son they share. Taylor shares daughter Indy and son Ocean with her ex-husband Tate Paul, and son Ever with Dakota Mortensen. That family reality makes every public development feel heavier, because this is not just about television contracts or social media optics. It is about a real family navigating a very public crisis. And the legal developments have only made the situation more serious. After the video became public, Dakota reportedly filed for temporary custody of their son. He was granted that temporary custody along with a temporary protective order against Taylor earlier this month. That is the kind of development that turns a reality TV controversy into something much more significant. Once custody and protective orders enter the picture, the tone changes completely. It becomes clear that this is not just about image management or public sympathy. The consequences are immediate and personal. Meanwhile, the impact has stretched well beyond The Bachelorette. Production on Season 5 of The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives was paused after allegations surfaced involving a separate domestic incident between Taylor and Dakota in February. According to a spokesperson for the Draper City Police Department, there was an open domestic assault investigation tied to that alleged incident. Authorities also made it clear that allegations have been made in both directions. That detail is important because it reinforces just how disputed and volatile the situation has become. This is not being presented by authorities as a one-sided public narrative. It is an active investigation involving conflicting accounts. Then the situation became even more complicated with reporting of a third alleged domestic violence incident involving the exes. NBC News reported that Utah's West Jordan Police Department was investigating an alleged dispute said to have taken place in 2024 after Dakota contacted the department. At that point, the story had clearly expanded beyond one resurfaced incident. It had become a broader and more troubling pattern of allegations, investigations, and legal responses tied to a relationship that appears to have been unraveling in public and private for some time. That is why Taylor's Instagram return drew such an outsized reaction. It was not because the post itself was explosive. It was because it came after all of this. In many ways, her choice to return with something so understated may have been intentional. Instead of addressing the controversy directly in that moment, she posted something calm and almost detached from the chaos. A piano, a hoodie, a casual joke. It felt like an attempt to re-enter public view without feeding the headlines more directly. But when a person is at the center of a scandal this serious, even silence becomes a statement. Even a piano post becomes part of the narrative. And that narrative is full of contradictions. On one side, Taylor is a reality star with a huge public profile, a woman whose personal life has already been central to a hit series, and who is about to become the face of a major ABC franchise. On the other side, she is now presenting herself as a mother trying to protect her family and navigate allegations of abuse, retaliation, and ongoing conflict. Those two images are colliding in real time. The glamorous TV opportunity is gone. The legal and personal issues are front and center. And the audience is left watching a very public reinvention attempt unfold in real time. Even if Taylor herself has not fully defined what that reinvention will look like yet. There is also a broader conversation here about how networks handle reality stars once off-screen legal or personal issues spill into full public view. ABC's move was fast and decisive. That alone says a lot. In the past, networks have sometimes tried to wait out controversy, especially when a star is already locked into a profitable format. Here, the decision was to stop immediately. That suggests the release of the video fundamentally changed the network's risk calculation. Even if Taylor had been lined up as a compelling and buzzworthy lead, the baggage had simply become too heavy for franchise to carry. At the same time, her return to Instagram shows that whatever happens with network television, Taylor is still very much a public figure with a direct line to her audience. That matters. Social media changes the equation in situations like this because even when a network pulls away, the person at the center of the storm can still shape how they reappear, what tone they set, and what image they want to project. In this case, the image was not confrontation. It was quiet, almost reflective. Whether that helps or hurts her public standing remains to be seen, but it was clearly a deliberate choice. There's another reason the piano post resonated. It offered a glimpse of normalcy in a moment that has been anything but normal. Public audiences are often drawn to those small, ordinary moments after a celebrity controversy because they seem to ask an unspoken question. What does someone do when their life has just been blown apart in public? Taylor's answer, at least for that one post, appeared to be this. Sit down, learn something new, post a joke, and keep moving. That does not erase anything. It does not explain anything. But it does show a person trying to return to the surface after being submerged in headlines. Still, none of that changes the seriousness of the underlying story. A canceled Bachelorette season is big entertainment news, But it is not the heart of the situation. The heart of it is the repeated domestic violence allegations, the resurfaced footage, the custody dispute, the protective order, the pause production on another show, and the fact that multiple investigations have reportedly touched this relationship. That is why every development feels so consequential. The reality television angle may have pulled more people into the story, but the story itself is much darker and much more complicated than a simple reality TV shakeup. And that may be why Taylor's first move back into public view was so restrained. Anything bigger might have felt reckless. Any attempt to fully litigate the situation on Instagram would likely have triggered an even bigger backlash. So instead, she posted something small and let the audience read into it what they wanted. Some people will see it as her trying to regain a sense of self after a brutal public week. Others will see it as avoidance. Some will read it as strength. Others will see it as image control. That is the reality of celebrity crisis now. Every gesture gets interpreted from 10 different angles. What happens next is the real question. The Bachelorette season is off the table. The legal and custody matters are still hanging over everything. The future of the secret lives of Mormon wives seems uncertain while production is paused. And with another reported investigation now in the mix, it is hard to imagine this story cooling down anytime soon. Taylor's social media return may have reopened the door to public life, but it did not close the case on any of the larger issues surrounding her. If anything, it marked the beginning of a new phase. Before, the silence itself was a headline. Now the question becomes how she navigates being visible again while all of this continues in the background. Does she stay quiet and keep posting around the edges of the controversy? Does she eventually give a fuller statement or interview? Does the reality show survive this? Does her public image recover? Or has the damage already become too deep? Those are the questions hanging over every next move she makes. For now, though, the image people are left with is strangely simple. Taylor Frankie Paul, sitting at a piano, facing away from the camera, making a joke about suddenly having a future in music, while one of the biggest professional opportunities of her life has just collapsed behind the scenes. It is almost surreal when you lay it out that way, but that is exactly why it hit the way it did. It was not loud. It was not dramatic. It was not defensive. It was just quiet enough to make everyone keep watching. And maybe that is the most revealing part of all. In a moment when the headlines are brutal, the allegations are serious, and the future is uncertain, Taylor did not come back with a grand explanation. She came back with something soft and oddly ordinary, whether that was healing, strategy, denial, or all three at once. Only time will tell. But one thing is very clear. Her return to Instagram was not just a post. It was a first public signal that